What's up, collector dudes? It's Altergeist, and I'm here with another Pokemon TCG tutorial. This episode, we are going to get into how to set up your playing field and your first turn, pretty much. So let's get right into it. So today we will be using the Gyarados deck of mine as our mock deck. Take it out. We'll give it a good shuffle. And we are going to go through basically how you start the game. We'll start off with the first turn, setting up your field. All right, the deck is going to be off to the side here. You won't be able to see it, but it is there. So when you first start off your game, you're going to want to flip a coin. This is heads. This is tails. So tails. So if you were playing somebody, one person would choose heads or tails, depending on who called the coin correctly. If they call heads, they get the option, and it lands heads, they get the option to either go first or play second. If you play first, you can't attack, and you also can't play supporter cards. If you go second, but it's your first turn, you can attack. However, you still cannot play supporter cards. So we are going to draw 7 cards from the top of our deck. All right, so we have 2 basic Pokemon in our starting hand. We have 1 trainer, and we have 2 energy. And we also have 2 stage 1 evolutions. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down a basic active Pokemon right there. And then we are going to put down 1 benched Pokemon right there. Now, after you do that, you're going to go back to your deck, and you're going to take the top 6 cards from your deck. And these are going to be put off to the side, and they are going to be your 6 prize cards. Then, once your opponent has his basic Pokemon out and his 6 prize cards out, you're going to flip over your cards. And whether you called the coin flip correct or not determines if you'll go first. In this situation, I will be going first. So on your first turn, you can't attack. You can't play any supporter cards. So we have Tierno, which is a supporter, which allows you to draw 3 cards. But we can put 1 energy down. So we'll put an energy onto the Glaceon. Now, during your first turn, you're going to draw a card before you start playing, an energy or anything like that. And you want to make sure that you have up to 5 Pokemon. The more Pokemon you have on your bench, the better. Because if you run out of Pokemon, say you only have an active Pokemon and there's no Pokemon on your bench, if your active gets knocked out, you automatically lose the game because you don't have any Pokemon that can fight. So that's pretty much how you're going to set up your field. You're going to have your deck. You're going to have your discard pile is usually somewhere right around your deck area. My deck's right here. My discard pile would be somewhere around here. This is my benched area. My prize cards are over here. And my active is right here. Now, we're going to get into a little bit something more involved, which would be your special conditions. So special conditions in Pokemon are categorized as asleep, burned, confused, paralyzed, and poisoned. Oop, I'm not ready. Hang on. So when you are burned or poisoned, you're actually going to have a token that you get to put on to the Pokemon. This one is for burned. This one is for poisoned. And we will go through which each one of these special conditions means and what it does to your Pokemon. So we'll start off with asleep. When your Pokemon is asleep, it will be turned like this. Now, in between every turn, so after you give the turn to your opponent, you're going to have to flip a coin. Depending on if you get heads or if you get tails, if you get heads, your Pokemon wakes up. If you get tails, your Pokemon stays asleep until the next time it's in between turns, so after your opponent's turn. Moving on, we'll go to burned. Burned, your Pokemon is going to stay in this position. However, it's going to get the burn token. When your Pokemon is burned, it's automatically going to get 2 damage counters, which damage counters in Pokemon are issued in increments of 10. So as you can see here, we're going to put a 20 die right on the card. And we are also going to flip. This all happens in between turns. If you get heads, your Pokemon still receives the 20 damage. But if you get tails, or if you get heads, it receives the 20 damage and it gets healed of the burn. If you flip tails, you still receive the damage and it still is burned, causing you to flip a coin in between turns after your opponent's turn. After burn, we have confusion. Confusion is going to make your card turn this way. Confusion cannot be healed unless you retreat the Pokemon for its retreat cost, which in this case is 2. When your Pokemon is confused, you're going to have to flip a coin every time you want to attack. If the coin comes back heads, your attack is going to go through. If the coin is going to flip tails, you're going to deal 30 damage to your own Pokemon. And that would end your turn. Next, we are going to have paralyzed, which when your Pokemon is paralyzed, it's going to turn that way. When a Pokemon is paralyzed, it can't attack and it cannot be retreated for its retreat cost. You have to use a trainer card that allows you to switch the Pokemon with a benched Pokemon. And then finally, that brings us to poison. Poison is going to give your Pokemon one of these. When your Pokemon is poisoned, it's going to get 1 damage counter or 10 damage in between every turn. There are effects that add damage tokens per turn. So there's effects that say when your Pokemon, when any Pokemon is poisoned, add 2 more damage counters, or they might only affect your opponent. So it'll say whenever your opponent's Pokemon is poisoned, add 2 more damage counters. If you though that effect is stackable, so say you have one effect from a stadium card that allows you to add 2 damage counters to your Pokemon or to a poisoned Pokemon, it would actually add 3 damage counters. And so on and so on. If you have 3 cards out that say it will add 2 damage tokens in between turns on a poisoned Pokemon, it's going to add 6 and then an additional 1 for the one it's already going to receive to begin with. So in total, it would actually add 7 damage counters onto the Pokemon. Just for the purpose of this, let me try to find one with an ability so I can show you how that's going to work. A Pokemon, that is. All right, perfect. So a Pokemon with a ability, as you can see here, we have Magikarp. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks, both yours and your opponent's. So basically, a Pokemon ability is like an extra special, always active move, right? And a Pokemon ability becomes inactive if a Pokemon is affected by a special condition, whether it be sleep, confusion, paralyzed, burn, poison, whatever. This ability would no longer work. Most of the time, your Pokemon abilities on the cards will have something that says before your attack. In Pokemon, once you attack, that's the end of your turn. Your turn will immediately end after your attack, and if there is something that has to be taken care of in between turns, that is when you're going to do it. Whether it be flipping a coin because of a special status or whatever that might be. So guys, this was part 2 of the Pokemon TCG tutorial. The next episode that we get into, we're going to start looking at deck mechanics. I'll tear apart some of my decks, kind of sort them out for you guys, show you the abilities, show you how, to structure your deck, how much energy you're going to need, how many trainer cards you want, how many Pokemon you want, how many basic Pokemon, how many evolution Pokemon. So next episode is really going to get more involved with the actual deck building side of the game. So guys, if I missed anything or if something needs a little bit more explanation, let me know in the comments. If I did a good job, give me a thumbs up. So hey guys, thank you again, and I hope you learned something here today. And until next time, keep on collecting.